this channel again.
Yes, we're back with a new video and we're so glad to share more cross-stitch content with all of you. Today we're going to be showing you two new projects and they're from this magazine or book. This one is called Ultimate Cross-Stitch Projects and the designer is Maria Diaz. And we've had this book for quite some time now. My mom actually got this book when we started cross-stitch. So maybe around back in 2019. And this is when she first got started in cross-stitch and then I got started. And she actually made a project out of this book. If you followed our channel for a while now, you might have seen it already. And we're going to be showing you.
I think it's the first one video.
It's one of the first videos that we made on the channel. So, and if you can look at the logo around here in your screen of our channel, our logo is like the pigs, and that is the project, and it's a beautiful design.
Yeah, it's the perfect picture for the logo.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous.
It's the first project I'm selling.
So it's very nostalgic for us both, since it's one of the first projects that my mom ever did of cross-stitch, especially without printed fabric, so just normal traditional. And well, let's not wait any longer and let's show you that project. Also, we're going to be showing you two new projects that we're starting, like I mentioned earlier, and they're different. One is in sepia and the other one is winter themed. So I have to
winter color too.
Yeah, it's like that winter color palette, those red tones and green tones. So we need to get ahead of the game to be able to finish those two new projects before the end of the year. We're already in August, and we have to make time to be able to stitch more. Alright, let's not wait any longer and let's get started with the video. Okay, so before we show you the two new projects, we're going to be showing you the Wisteria Cottage. And this cottage is a project that my mom started a few months ago. It's a very beautiful design. It's basically like a cottage in the middle of the village and it's so beautiful. So for this design, my mom actually started a little bit and she has been able to stitch quite a lot. I'd say maybe like a fourth of the project itself. You can tell that the fabric, the background is like a marbled fabric. Again, she's not stitching this one currently, but maybe in the future she might grab this project once again and finish this one also. Alright, now without further ado, let's start showing you our first project. So first off, mine is called Holly and Whiskers. And this one, as you can see, it's Christmas themed. You can see the cat in the middle with those green eyes. And you have him surrounded by the green leaves with the touch of red and the snow. And also the fabric is a opalescence and it's in a 14 count Aida. This one is in silver. We thought that this one in silver would go much better with the design. So you can see that this is what I've been able to stitch. We decided to start in the center because I've never done that before and just to have a little bit more experience in cross stitch. And I've enjoyed starting in the center of the project. Although I've been switching to the sides, I accidentally lost one of the colors. So I had to switch a little bit to the side until we were able to go to the craft store and get the color of floss that I was missing. And that's when I started to fill in the gaps that I was missing. I really like the results of it so far. It's turning out very nice, and again, those colors with the contrast of the fabric and that opalescence, it's just so gorgeous for that time of the year. Okay, now let's move on to my mom's project. As you can see, this one is called Precious Gift and it's that baby themed. It's just so cute. It's so adorable. It's so nice to have a design like this in your collection. This one, as you can see, it's in that sepia themed. So it has those sepia colors. It's basically the same color theme throughout the entire design. My mom is stitching this project in a Lugana Even Weave 28 count. That's actually the fabric that's recommended from the designer to stitch this project with. And you can tell that it's turning out so beautiful. She has basically the hand of the baby and you can see all the fingers, and although she's been able to stitch that much, it already you can see how beautiful the design is going to turn out. It has a lot of definition, a lot of dimension. She is stitching this project in DMC thread, and it's absolutely beautiful. And this project specifically only requires 10 colored floss or 10 colored threads. That's the only amount that it requires, and it doesn't need any more because those are enough to see how beautiful and how cute this project will come out to be. Okay, and now for a special bonus for the video, we're going to be giving you a flip through of the book or magazine that we bought. Okay, so first off, we have this design. This one is called Petals and Purrs, and it's the first cat of the book. It's just so beautiful. This one is very romantic. It gives those Valentine, those spring vibes with the roses next to the cat. It's so gorgeous. And this is the project that my mom wants to do. Well, one of the projects that she wants to do after she finishes the baby. The next design is Holly and Whiskers, which, as you saw, is the project that I'm currently working on. Again, very Christmassy, very holiday themed with that color palette. Love the design. I absolutely adore it. The next design is called River Birds, and this is also one of my mom's favorites. It's a little different from the rest of the animals in the book. So you can see those river animals, you can see the ducks and the swans, the birds. It's so gorgeous. You can see that the color palettes that the designer chooses for all of her designs are just so well thought, and they go very nice. They go very well with the design. Okay, next up we have Chirpy Visitors, and you can see that these are basically more like for postals or for those envelopes that you give as thank you notes or as happy birthdays for special occasions. And you can choose from the 4 different designs that it has, whichever you want to make. The next design is called Feathered Friends, and this one is another winter design, winter theme from the book. You can see basically the birdhouse with all the little birdies around it. Again, the color palette is so beautiful with those pops of red, but it centers around that wooden color and those bluish tones in the background. And now we've reached Two Little Pigs, which is the design that my mom actually made. She finished that project and it's one of our favorites that we have here at home. Okay, next we have Crisp Winter Morning. This one is basically these 2 little horses in the middle of the snow. You have the blue landscape in the back, and you have the pops of yellow with some flowers in the snow and those green white flowers next to it. It's very fine, and I might do this one after I finish the cat. Okay, next up is Autumn Gatherer, and this one is basically a squirrel, and it's also that sepia themed because all you can see is those orange, those fall themed color palettes. And it's just so cute seeing the little squirrel in the middle. It gives you an idea that you can basically, once you finish the project, you can frame it in a bag. The next design is called Remembrance Fields, and this one is basically like a landscape of flowers, these red flowers. It's just so gorgeous, and the design is very well thought. You can tell from a distance that it's basically a landscape, a floral landscape, and it's also very beautiful. Okay, next we have Spring Lambs, and this design gets to us very much. Otherwise, that it's absolutely gorgeous. It reminds us of a place that we want to visit in the future. Hopefully, God willing, we will be able to do so. And it's a place in the United Kingdom in England that's called Yorkshire. You can see all the lambs walking down the road. You're basically driving down the road and you can see them passing by, and the landscapes there are so gorgeous. It's all greenery and mountains, beautiful villages there. Again, if you've ever heard of that place called Yorkshire Dales, we want to visit that place one day and we'd love to know more information about it. So if you've ever gone or you've heard of it, you can let us know down below in the comments section. So the next design is called Sunset Trail. This one is also that scenery. You can see basically the sunset behind the deer. Very beautiful to be able to showcase in that winter time at your home. It does have, other than the orange and sunset color palettes, it has that pop of green, but it also has, you can see the details of the snow in the branches, in the bushes, in the trees. Then we have bluebell wood, and this one, it's basically full coverage. Most of it is very full coverage, so you're going to stitch very much on this one. And this is one of those designs that it's meant to be looked at from a distance so that you can see the details that it has perfectly, and the way to do so is from a distance. Again, it's a beautiful landscape of those blue purple flowers, so if you're into that type of design, that you might really like this one. Okay, next we have the wisteria cottage that you saw before. This is a design that my mom wants to pick up again once she's finished the one that she's currently working on, because again, she does have a lot of stitches done already. She's been able to advance very much on that project. So once she's done with the baby that she's currently working on, with that design, with that project, most likely she will be picking up this one to be able to finish it also. So now we're getting into the floral section. We start off with this one called Floral Vintage, and I think this one is a peony. So you can see all those vibrant colors that it has, and it has that touch of gold in the middle. It requires that gold floss, and you can see the green leaves at the bottom with the stem. Now the book suggests that you can frame it in a canvas. If we ever get to do this design, we might not do that. We might just be a little more creative and maybe frame it in a cushion. But again, you can let your imagination fly by and you can showcase your projects however you'd like. So next we have Floral Fancy, and then this one is, I think it's a tulip. And it has more fuchsia colors, so more vibrant pink colors than the one before. The design is also very similar. Again, all the floral designs in this book are very creative. The next one is called Scarlet Statement, and this one is more of those tropical flowers, I think. But you can see the poppy seeds and those embellishments in the middle. It does require quite a lot of those embellishments, so you can keep that in mind if you're going to stitch this project. But again, the result will be definitely worth it if you ever get to stitch this flower, because you can see a lot of detail in the book itself alone. Next, they have Fresh as a Daisy. And for this one, it's basically, you can make a pin cushion if you'd like to add one of those to your collection. We like the gold border that it has because it does add. Okay, next we have this one, and this one actually has 3 designs. So you can make a bookmark, you can make this floral design in this circle themed, and you can see here that they framed it in a journal. And then they have the square design in the back that you can, again, you can showcase it however you'd like, maybe in a tiny frame. It will look very nice. Again, it's very purpley, those burgundy, those eggplant colors, which are also very fine. So then this design is called Stitching in Harmony, and it basically has 4 designs to it. So it has 4 different flowers. Again, you can choose the one that you like the most, and you can be creative and choose how you want to showcase these projects, maybe in a journal or in a card, a thank you card. Now we're getting into the baby section, so those motherhood themes, which is something that we enjoy very much. So this first one is called Tales from the Toy Room, and this is actually one of my favorites from the baby section. So you can see it's basically one of those projects that you make when the baby is born. You can put the name, you can put how much he or she measured, you can even put the time that she or he was born in. So you can add a lot of details to it, and I just love those vintage games, those vintage toys. Okay, next we have this one, which is the one that you saw before, Precious Gift. That is the one that my mom is working on at the moment. Then this one is called Alpha Baby, and it gives you a few ideas of how you can be creative with the project. It basically has all the letters, so from A to Z of the alphabet, and it gives you ideas. You can make a bag where you can put in the cotton balls of the baby. You can make a frame itself with all the initials. Then this one is basically like the artist section. So this is an artwork from Leonardo da Vinci, and you can see the name of the painting in the book. This one, again, it's also that sepia themed, so you can see a little bit of consistency with that theme in this book. Again, it's basically like a portrait, and if you're into artwork, if you're into that theme, you can definitely see if you want to make this project. Then we have this one, which is called Praying Hands, and you can see that it's basically in a sepia color, a sepia theme also. And the hands have a lot of detail to them. It's a very nice design if you're into that type of artwork. And you can see in the corner that it gives you basically the photo from which the project or the cross-stitch design was inspired from. Okay, next they have Madonna and Child, and this one is basically like that motherhood themed of mother and child, and it's very tender and sweet. Again, if you like those type of designs, you might really like this one too. And that was the last design of the book. Alright, as you saw, those were the two projects that we're going to start. We're very excited for them both. My mom is very excited for the baby. She really likes that niche of motherhood, and it's something that bonds very much with us both. And my grandmother that will soon be with us, and you're going to see her stitching a lot also. And I'm very excited for the cat, for the winter, Christmas time, for the holidays. I want to be able to finish that one before December, so we'll see. Also with the stockings that we're making, so if you want to see all of our cross stitch projects, then feel free to subscribe. That way you can follow our cross stitch journey.
Like if you like it.
That helps us a lot. And you can also follow us on Instagram, because there we share more cross-stitch content with all of you, some behind the scenes, and we just interact a lot more with you guys and share more of cross-stitch. Alright, that was all for today's video. Remember that you can click the notification bell, that way YouTube will notify you every time that we upload a new video. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Bye! To the new video on the channel. ¿Está bien así? Welcome to the new video. A new video. ¿Cómo es? Channel. No lo voy a decir, ya no complejo.
Today we're going to be showing you. Today we're going to be showing you. Ya no vamos a atrapar. Today we're going to be.
Hi everyone.
Mami, dale.
Okay, welcome and